Today is a massive day for all of you guys because yes, it is the migration day and I've already seen people posting their videos about recruiting, joining their empires, and obviously I love it. I absolutely love all the posts. It almost reminds me of, transfer window day in sports, right? This is when everyone's moving. Who's going to where? And today I kind of want to talk about that and highlight you guys. So if you have migrated in this very first Empire Migration event, let me know in the comment section down below where you were and where you've gone from. Let me know your reasons as well, why. Maybe it's just the community wasn't for you, maybe the timing wasn't great for you. Could have been all sorts. Maybe you just didn't like the way they did MGEs, or could be anything, right? I would love to see that because obviously a lot of people want to know and see what is technically the more popular empire at the moment, especially in my own group, right? Because we're in group 1 for our empire migration. And if you do want to join Empire 64 and you're in group 1, you are welcome to do so. There is going to be that link in the description down below. You can click on it, and in stage 2 we do have that 65 power limit. However, if you go through the recruitment process with our recruitment team, obviously Sonic being the lead in there, you're gonna obviously increase your chances, and you might actually just enter in stage 2 and you might be below the power limit. Who knows, right? So moving on from that though, the main crux of today's video, Empire Migration, obviously gonna address the big elephant in the room, which I didn't address on the weekend when it came out, which was really good to see. The Empire Migration passes. Everyone should know this by now, but for God knows how, someone's watching over us. Maybe they're watching these videos and they love the energy and they just love the passion, and your guys' just passion and suggestions are telling them, look, you're making it too expensive to migrate, I'm gonna be honest. And they listened straight away and basically made it $1. You can buy for basically $100 100 migration passes, which would honestly serve a lot of you guys forever. I'm gonna be honest, right? It really would. But the fact that it's $1 per migration pass arguably will tell you one of the cheapest migration systems in the game, in any of these games. I see migration costing a minimum of, likely put originally, $5 for a single migration pass, which is just crazy. And it really does put off players from playing these type of games, because at the end of it, migration and Age of Empires Mobile and just this 4X city building genre, it's a social community-based game. You want to join alliances, you want to join your friends and join communities, right, and build in them. So the fact that they made it cheaper, big W. It's the biggest W so far, I would say, in Age of Empires Mobile history, for one big reason. They're not showing greed for once, which is very, I know, hold me up by it, it's surprising for me to say myself, but the fact that these migration passes are so cheap as they are, the fact that you're literally getting, but look at that, 50 million resources. It's crazy, right? It's crazy. Yes, it's the same as it is down here, but technically this is going to cost you $50. This is going to cost me $47, so I save $3 on that, right? Not too bad to get 3 million for free. But you can see where my point is. They are kind of showing maybe now, look, maybe we were a bit too greedy and we need to slap ourselves on the wrist. And do you know what? Thank you, devs. Thank you for making this cheaper, because I think everyone in the Age of Empires mobile community, including myself, will tell you right now this is a big W, and thank you. Just straight up thank you. There's nothing else to say, because that is what you have to say for that, right? Thank you, right? I know some people are going to try and complain, oh, it should be free, all this, but shut the fuck up. Just get out of here, man. You've never played these games before if that's how you feel, right? Now, moving on to the next topic, and this is where things are going to get quite interesting, because you'll notice, and a lot of people have been, asking me this, and even to the point where they've even made me question myself, and even some of the Empire 40 guys the other day, we were joking in the morning, because I was like, woke up and I was like, what the fuck's going on, right? Basically, as you guys know, 38 million my power is right now, and at the start of this event, it was 34.1. And during the migration event, it does tell you in the, migration pass cost that you're able to migrate, right, without worry of growing in power during the event. So when it says the number of passes required for the current migration event will not change, this means, yes, during migration or at the beginning of that empire migration, when literally as it's about to start, what it will do, it will track your historic power, right? So it'll check how strong you were. So if you were 36 million, that's going to be your historic power it's going to set for you. So you're going to have that 36 million cost. So this is what it did for me, right? So my 34.1 million power cost was 10 passes. But during this event, as you guys will know, stage 1 lasted for almost a whole week, which is so goddamn long, right? We was able to participate in the mightiest governor event. So this allowed me to push from 34.1 up to 38 million power, right? Which has been really good because obviously I've been wanting to push for quite a long time. But at the same time, it shows obviously still 10. So if a lot of you guys were confused, hopefully you understand now, like during the Empire Migration event, you won't get an increase of cost, right? So far, this could change, maybe, and if it does change, all I'm going to say to the devs, everything I said at the beginning with the big thank you, I take it all back. I hate you if you do this, right? Leave it how it is because it's really healthy and it's really cool too. Because what it does promote is two things that I really wanted to keep in this video for those who have watched it all the way through to this point, which is promotes, growth of your account prior to migration, which is really cool, and 2, it could lead down the rabbit hole of future projects, and I'm going to explain that a little bit more in depth in a second. But the first one is the promotion of growth, right? A lot of people are scared, and I get it, scared to power up their account, train any troops, do anything on there in case during the Empire Migration event, when it went from stage 1 into stage 2, they was worried their cost is going to increase. Well, guess what? It's not. You don't have to worry about that. And what that means is for those players, and especially in the future, if you're watching this video and you've not migrated before, maybe you're a brand new player and you are thinking of migrating, just remember during the migration event, you can go up in power, meaning you can go into a mightiest governor event, you can compete if you want to, and before you leave, maybe you get that nice little Ramses, maybe you get Ramcam, maybe you get Elizabeth, right, or a shocker on your account from doing this big push and honestly taking advantage of one of the things that a lot of people kind of hate to see, which is their resources getting deleted, right? And this is still a choice. You don't have to do this, which I think is amazing. But the fact that you do get the choice of basically looking at those resources and being like, you know what? I've got over 1 billion of each, and I could easily use about 500 million of all of those resources, and I wouldn't even really make too much of a dent into my speed ups because I've got so much saved up. I could easily just get a good free reward, get some nice rewards before leaving, and then join a new empire with these goodies, right? And still have technically your whatever resources you've got left, or whatever speed ups you've got left, ready for that mightiest empire, the next event in your journey with that empire, which I think is really cool. I actually do think that's really cool. I think a lot of people might like that aspect of the game, which is something I personally never thought of at first until I started to kind of see some different perspectives on the game, which is quite interesting if you ask me, right? Another one is, as I kind of mentioned before, projects. I think projects could be something very, very interesting because just think about it, right? Right now, what could be happening is people could be creating a brand new project, right? And if you're in this brand new project, you might be in Empire 246, for example, and anyone in that project could say, look, we're going to try and make sure we only push to about 15 to 20 million power tops to keep our power as low as possible, which means our migration is super cheap and allows us to, if they want to, spend more money on bundles on their account that they want to, right? So this could be to do with your technique points. This could be bundles for just heroes, speed ups, you name it, right? Anything you needed for your account, you could already be spending and getting everything prepared while honestly keeping migration costs really cheap for this giant project of players. And what that means is these projects of players could, in theory, from watching Stellar Glory and watching other Mightiest Empire events, they can scout out all these different kingdoms that they've just got behind them, right? And hope to find maybe 3 to 5 of these empires that could be potentially put into their bracket, because as a little word of warning, you don't want to recruit or scout only one empire, because as you guys have noticed, there is a group 1, a group 2, group 3, group 4, group 5, right, in this migration event. So your empire you might want to migrate to might be in a different group than you're in, right? So you want to kind of do a little bit more scouting, but this does allow players in these projects, like I'm kind of saying, these group projects then, to honestly migrate and actually jump into these more competitive kingdoms. And for the competitive kingdoms, it's really good for them because it gives them a really good way of injecting players into their, you know, empire, instead of just looking for that one person, 2 people, 3 people and constantly trying to find that. Maybe this might be the birth of a new meta, right? A new project meta on Age of Empires Mobile. I would love to see it. I'm going to be honest. I would love to see it. Is it going to be logistic? Who knows, right? Is it going to be worth it? Again, who actually knows? Because a lot of people might say it's not worth it. You might as well have just pushed all of your power during your empire and then just migrated with the higher cost. Hey, some people might say that, but some people might be thinking, you know what? I don't have that money to do that. So why not make myself as basically turtled up as possible, save up as much as possible on my account and migrate somewhere where I can actually use those resources to my account's benefit and actually get something out of it and then be more competitive. So honestly, Empire Migration has opened up, I think, a lot of doors and a lot of different ventures that could happen in Age of Empires Mobile, especially in the future, because of how cheap it is so far for the migration event, the fact that the cost of your migration pass do not increase, obviously, during this whole event. I think all of this is big W's and honestly gives me some hope. Maybe the devs are listening. Maybe the devs aren't going to be as greedy as they were once before. And hopefully we can see some really cool, positive communities start to be birthed up and being created for Age of Empires Mobile, right? So if you guys enjoyed today's video, obviously all about Empire Migration, talking about the different bits and bats of it, obviously all the different points of view too, which is really interesting in my eyes. I don't know if you found it interesting. Let me know in the comment section down below. But I do want to find out where you migrated to, remember. So if you want to put in the comments down below where you've migrated to and from and the reasons why, I'd love to hear that. And until the next video, smash like, comment, and subscribe. Till then, stay safe, stay sneaky. Peace out.